Grand Rising. Welcome to Healing Hype Man. Message of the day. Receptivity. We are receiving. This is similar to the Queen of Cups. We're being asked to listen. So let's listen to where this message very well can take us here. Right? There's an aspect here of like being open to receive, right? There is a lotus flower implying that there may be layers there that are being stripped away, right? But this is a true state of being open. So I popped on to deliver a message. So I'm going to assume that we're expected here to listen to very well to something that might come through for us. Listening is the art of becoming passive. So I'm going to try to be passive and listen and take this one a little slower as I see healing at the bottom of the deck while we let this reading unfold. Let's kind of dive in. Healing Hype Man has a new website. Check that out below if you're looking to book psychotherapy, tarot session, or a birth chart session. My goal is to empower you spiritually and bring mental health awareness into your everyday life to empower you to go and live your life's purpose. Wow, patience. Ooh, wow, something. Okay, Alvin, relax. You're getting too excited. I want to be like real passive and like patient right now because clearly there's something that's coming through. That very well can be the message. There's something coming through that's asking you to be very passive and to listen to what is not being said. What we can listen to is how we feel. And be very patient with ourselves. The Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, right? Union, connection, choices that we make. I'm going to take that here. I'm going to acknowledge that Harmony is at the bottom of the deck. Another, right, Dolphin, this is very passive energy as well, like bringing harmony and balance into things while also having fun here. Okay, let's kind of sit with this for a second here and dive in. Right, as I mentioned, like I sit in silence a lot all day, actually, unless I'm like on a call with a session. And I don't hear things, but I can feel how I'm feeling. And today I woke up like very anxious. Like, I don't know why I'm sharing that because I can feel that's the only thing in my presence that I can acknowledge. Right? There's like a feeling of like angst and anxiety, or sometimes it's not mine. I have acknowledged that. Sometimes it's just energy that needs to move through me, but that could be a great way to listen to something. How are you feeling? Wow, these cards are just talking today. How are we feeling about something? Right? The Osho Zen is asking us, the Oracle cards are asking us to be receptive and open to something, being patient to something, being patient to choices that we are going to make, being patient to connections and unions in our life. For some of you, this could be relationships. It could be very well like just sit, wait. That's what I wanted to say. Sit and wait, be passive, be patient in connection, right? Some of us might be yearning for connection. Hey, I know that it's a big one. Like the desire is real. The desire is real. The desire to connect with people is real. The desire to connect with ourselves is real. And is prominent, especially if you're on a journey coming from loneliness or abandonment or denial or rejection. What we truly want in life, or what we are intended to be doing, is to connect, right? We're not meant to live the world like alone and in solitude. While solitude can be beneficial, but connect with others and connect with ourselves. Okay, I guess it's gonna be that way. 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords, King of Cups, King of Pentacles. There's the way that I put it here, receptivity. We're being asked to be passive and open into something that holds a lot of weight, to a burden of some kind. Maybe we feel like there's a burden of some kind, and I could even say this is giving me like there's something here that You're holding weight. There is a burden here that's asking you to be open to understanding. I think there's an answer to why something might be burdensome. I can also see a completion of something, like you've carried something long enough and like you don't know why you've been carrying something and now you're seeking the answers. Well, let's just be passive in this moment and kind of listen to what's going on. Less about the mind, right? We're not, and especially with this card, there is no head or face pictated there, but there is a stripping of an illusion, right? Stripping of, perhaps maybe you think something is burdensome and it's not. And it's not actually burdensome, right? You're thinking. So let's remove the thinking. And is it actually burdensome? And how do you know that it's burdensome? How do you know that this is, it could very well be a big deal that's asking you to listen and become passive, right? Because this would tell me you're doing a lot of work. This would tell me that, right? It becomes a burden. That means you're carrying all the weight. And is there a need for you to carry all the weight and whatever it is that might be asking you to listen for? Or are you just telling yourself that it's a lot of weight? Patience with the Eight of Swords, right? This is, well, okay, Alvin, this is feeling trapped in some way. Feeling trapped, and with patience, it's asking you to, I would say, patiently wait until you're not actually as trapped as you think that you are. And if you bring patience into the thing that makes you feel trapped, you might be able to get the answers that you need. I got to be very honest. This is the King of Pentacles, could very well be about your work, could be about how you connect to stability and security. My synopsis here, I probably should have started with that. There's something here that you think is holding you back. There's something here that you feel is messing with your security, messing with your independence. And your independence and your freedom is you want it to be your choice. The Lovers is about making choices. Right? You want to be able to pick. You want to be able to do. And for some reason, you feel like you can't pick your way out. You can't pick this one. You didn't pick this one, or you didn't pick it to be this way. Right? Your expectation of it is burdensome and feeling trapped. And I'm going to say, be honest, it's about your security. For some, your freedom. For some, your stability. Is it actually jeopardizing that? Tell me why these oracle cards are here. Tell me why this message of being patient and passive is here. Why this is here. This is here, Four of Swords. Wow, talk about another passive, pensive, meditative, go silent, go within card. This is why this is here. Seven of Swords. Four of Swords, Seven of Swords. Do I pull another one? Yes. Page of Pentacles. Why we're being asked to be passive and patient. You're holding something back from yourself. You're avoiding something. Right? So this gives me the vibes of like, you need to give something a little bit more time because you're avoiding something, or you're trying to, I don't want to say cheat your way out of it, but you're missing information. Maybe you're not seeing it clearly. You're coming from a younger mindset. I could say an immature mindset or an older mindset of yours that's not thinking or feeling or behaving mature. Right? So that could tell me like, okay, that's an outdated, or it's an older version. It's a younger version of you that made different choices, that holds things in, repressed emotions, repressed energy. So we're being asked to sit and listen and be patient with the choices that you have to make, right? So don't be impulsive here. This is give things some time. Tell me about this this thing that we feel that's holding us back, or that our freedom is being taken away, or our freedom is stuck. Right? Tell me about that. Ten of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to take that. Nine of Pentacles upright. Strength card. Oh, okay. You're not committed. You're committed to yourself. Ego is like screaming here right now. I think that could very well be why we're being asked to be patient about something and listen, because selfishness. Oh, Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh. There's selfish vibes here. And again, I think this is an old way of thinking, right? Especially with the Page of Pentacles being here. This is just kind of telling me like, this is, I'm not calling you immature. I'm just, there's versions of us that have been immature in the past and have done things the way that you wanted to do them. Like, I'm going to show this to you the way I see it. An immature way of doing things, doing them our way, the way that you wanted to do them, and keeping things to yourself, keeping quiet. And these ways of doing things, we're being asked to sit and listen and be patient with those things, right? That might be a way to transmute and change that behavior. Sit with it. For some of you, it might be different. You might not even, and again, this is like a deep level of awareness with when you're looking at your patterns and your behaviors. Like, oh, wow, okay, this is a consistent pattern here. And then we look at this thing that we feel trapped in, that we have lost our freedom, that we feel like is a burden or a baggage that's holding back our security, right? Again, thinking that it is. Why this is here. It doesn't feel abundant, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles would tell me like there's commitment. There's a lot of family focus, right? Which tells me there's other people involved. There's a level of security, right? And I'm sitting here talking about security, right? With the King of Pentacles, and you feel like there is like your freedom is on pause, or it's too much, it's taken away. And then the Ten of Pentacles comes out, which is literally going to tell me the same thing. Like there isn't freedom here. Why this is here, because you're not committed, there isn't freedom. But then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is literally the single lady that does it all, the one who has manifested the life that they want, had the fruits of their loins. Nobody helped her get here. This is like such a like boss bitch, like, you know, like, I did this shit on my own, I'm doing this on my own. And then you throw in the Strength card, Leo, ego energy. Now, while I say that, I'm like, okay, are you saying that we should be egoic or we should not be egoic? And so like, that's where I'm sitting here like, okay, well, what is exactly that? Again, selfishness, like it's all about you. And I don't know if you're dealing with people or not. So then tell me, what do we need to do with this? Five of Swords. Ten of Swords. Eight of Cups. Oh, shit. Let's see where I put it. You need to drop the ego. You need to leave the ego at the door. To be very, very, very honest here. This all about me doing it for me in this context. If this is resonating with you, that needs to go. Five of Swords, leave it behind. You might feel like you're abandoning yourself. I can see why it's hard. This single lady, bad boss, fuck that, you know, like that vibe of like three cards. It needs to end. You need to walk away from it. I guess it's holding you back. I mean, that could be very well. I'm going back to receptivity, patience, and the lovers. Like, there is a soft, passive approach here that's being asked of us here. And listening is the art of becoming passive. And I guess I'd say here, there's a back seat that's needed to be taken. Let somebody else drive. That very well sounds like it could be hard for some people that are used to steering their own life. But it's not actually taking you anywhere. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's not taking you. What's going to take you, and it's talked about cycles, what's going to take you is this cycle that keeps going over and over again. Okay, I was going to ask for advice. Projections. You maybe some of you are projecting something out. What you think life should be, a version of you that is inauthentic. Seven of Cups. Not everything is as it seems. I want to read something here from projections. I don't want to keep pulling more and more. That's what I don't want to do. $110. All of us can get caught up in projecting movies of our own making onto the situation and people surrounding us. It happens when we are not fully aware of our own expectations, desires, judgments. Instead of taking responsibility for them and owning them, we try to attribute them to others. A projection can be devilish or divine, disturbing or comforting, but it is a projection nonetheless, a cloud that prevents us from seeing reality as it is. The only way out is to recognize the game. When you find a judgment arise about another, turn it around. Does what you see in others really belong to you? Is your vision clear or clouded by what you want to see? It's giving me Delulu energy too. I think that I'm going to be honest, what you think you want for yourself, is for yourself. And it is not for others. Interesting. I can say it this way because I feel like it's going to be different for people. What you want is not what others want. What your ego wants is only for your ego and no one else. So if you're a person that is there for people, it's not about you. It's not only about you. Oh, man. What you think is burdensome and what you think is trapped is not actually that. It's a projection. I would say maybe even some of you could be projecting that things are hard when they're, in actuality, they might not be. There is a massive aspect and component to this isn't it. The way that you were doing it, this feeling of being trapped and heavy, that's not actually it. I'm like seeing something else here that because this is cards of it needs to go. It needs to go here. can say some of you are not actually committed to it and you're only focused on yourself. And then I asked, okay, what do we do with that? That needs to go. So I think that's a decision that you have to make. Like I'm thinking about, the question they always ask you, for those of you that are creatives and create things in life, it's like, why are you doing this? Who is this for? What is it for? If you work with people, are you doing this for you or are you doing it for others? Which is a big question that I sit on, especially creating that new website. And I'm still hesitant, knots in my stomach to put it out there, because is this about me? Or is it about my ability to help people? Is this a relationship about me? Or is it about me in a relationship with someone else? Receptivity is the Queen of Cups, right? This is the Queen of Cups. She's able to pour into other people's cups without emptying her own cup. She's a nurturer. She's a giver. It's for other people. But she's mastered it for herself, so she has a full cup and she likes to give. And are you open to receive? Does what you see in others really belong to you? Is your vision clear or clouded by what you want to see? The judgment isn't there. Your judgment isn't clear. I gotta be honest, right? And I keep saying that. I'm like, I think when you think of something as burdensome, it's not actually burdensome. I think your strategy and how you go about it is you keep things to yourself and you do things on the sidelines, and there's clouded judgment here, I guess, in the way that we're going about something. And the whole point of this message here was to tell you that there's something here you need to listen to and be patient about and connect with. And it could very well be how you feel. Connect to that. Connect to how you feel and see if it can reach. See if you can reach an understanding there. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.